Hi, it's May here. Are you afraid to put yourself out there? Well, I am too. Now, I'm a lot better now, but it's still hard for me to let it rip, state my opinion, press send on an email. But when you don't put yourself out there, when you play small, when you play it safe, you really miss out on so much. And if you want to achieve anything terrific in your life, whether it's getting that promotion or getting that great job opportunity or even finding the love of your life, then you really need to put yourself out there. One of the things that has been the most effective for me at putting myself out there has been starting my blog post. And not every executive coach, speaker, and author puts out a blog. And that's really helped to differentiate me. And frankly, that would have helped me back in the day when I was in my corporate role as well. Right now in my blog, can you believe it? But this blog post is my 200th post. Yeah, so that means every week for the last almost 4 years, I have been writing and publishing a blog post. I can hardly remember a time when I didn't do that. And it's really a core part of my mission to serve a million people and help them to be better, do more, and make the difference they're meant to make in the world. So along the way to this 200th blog post, I have learned a ton. And I want to share with you 9 things that I've learned that can help you too in your career. So the first thing is visibility. When you put yourself out there, whether it's a blog post or some other way, you convey your brand. You start to get noticed. You get on other people's radars, and that's good for you because you're really good. So when you put yourself out there and get noticed, it's going to be for really good stuff. Second thing is opportunities will find you. I can't tell you how wonderful it is that I now have people emailing me to ask me if they can work with me. So I'm getting new clients, I'm getting new partners, and that can happen for you too. When you put yourself out there, people are going to start being able to find you and want to become your clients or do business with you, or otherwise just join in with whatever projects you're working on. Then the third thing is confidence. And that is really something that comes from getting over your fear of putting yourself out there. And you only do that by putting yourself out there more and more. And you also gain a lot of confidence about what I call getting over yourself. So I had to get over myself. I remember when I first started blogging, I'd say, oh my goodness, what if everybody reads this? My goodness, it has to be perfect. What if everybody's reading this? And then somebody said to me, you should be so lucky that everybody's reading this. It's called the Oprah complex. I'm not in any danger of becoming Oprah. And then the opposite fear came into my mind, which was, oh my goodness, what if nobody reads this? So whatever it is that your fear, just get going, do it, put yourself out there, and you're going to gain a whole lot of confidence. The fourth thing is perspective. What I've learned is that I have to take the other person's perspective. I need to take the perspective of my audience, of my readers. So this is not about writing what I want to write about in the way that I want to write about it. It's about figuring out what is going to really be engaging and helpful to my audience, to you, and then making sure that I'm excited about writing about it too. And this kind of perspective will help you in your career. It's going to help you be able to put things from other people's perspectives, and that is how you influence outcomes and results. Then the fifth thing is developing new skills, current skills. And the key skill here is being able to master media. Because when you master media, that is a competitive edge that you have over everybody else. Not everybody takes the time to do that. And what I mean by mastering media is that you start to learn to write and message in a way that lands with other people. I used to be great at writing memos, but writing memos, getting right to the point in terms of this dry business language, is not the way that you're going to win hearts and minds. So that's one thing you'll learn. Another thing you'll learn in terms of mastering the media is doing video. And I started out being a little bit nervous about video. I still remember being back at the firm where they gave me media training, and I was having to do some little video clip using a teleprompter. Boy, was I bad, but it's just about practicing. And then the third thing you learn is about social media platforms, and that is really going to advance you significantly, because that's how you get your message out more broadly. And by the way, I hope that you have at least a LinkedIn account. Tell me you don't have a LinkedIn account. Tell me you do have a LinkedIn account. You must have a LinkedIn account. All right, so if you don't, go out and get one. It's free. There is no excuse. And put a picture on it. Make sure you do that. Then the sixth thing I learned about was about myself. And you can learn about yourself by putting yourself out there too. You know, I learned what my voice is, what my style is. You know, I tried on a lot of different ways, and you start to triangulate and focus on what suits you the best. And you also learn how you come up with ideas. That's really useful, because we all need to be creative and innovative these days. So the way I like to come up with ideas is I come up with them in the daily course of my life. So I like to carry a piece of paper and a writing implement so that I can jot down notes as they occur. And I don't do so well if I just lock myself away for half a day and have to come up with ideas. They just pop up into my mind when I see things, read things. And then you know, whatever your way is, figure out what your way is to come up with ideas. But it just opens up your eyes to all different perspectives and new ways of seeing things. And that's what helps you to be innovative. And that's really important these days. Then the seventh lesson I learned is that you need to have a body of work out there that people can find. And by putting out these blogs week after week for almost 4 years, I now have a body of work that people can know who I am and what I stand for before they ever meet me or contact me. And that's been really helpful. And for you, it'll show your intellect, it'll show your sense of humor, it'll show your personality to have some of your material out there. So I really strongly urge you to create this body of work. And by the way, in addition to differentiating you, it's not that hard. You just have to have a LinkedIn account. And no, I don't work for LinkedIn, but I'm just saying it's free, it's out there, go get one, and then you can start posting articles or even reposting other people's articles. But it just gives people a sense of who you are, what you care about, and you're adding value to others. Then the eighth lesson I learned was about mastery. That it really does take that 10,000 hours equivalent to master something. And along the way of mastering something, it's important to create a system or a series of habits, because that's what will make it easier for you. When I wrote my first blog post, it took me, I don't know, weeks. And then I got it down to 3 days. And now I've got it down to, if I have to do it in a pinch, I could do one in 3 hours. And the easiest way for me to do it is just to talk it like I'm doing now. I'm just talking to the video from some bullet points. And then I send it to my team, and they send it out to have a transcript made, and then they take some edits of that transcript to make it a little more readable, and then I do the last edit so that it actually makes sense and reflects the ideas I want to get across. So mastery, creating a system, really, really helpful, whatever way you decide to put yourself out there. And then the ninth thing that I've learned is to be less judgmental. Because when you're needing to create things and be innovative, judging too early is a real killer of any great ideas. So you want to be creating, and then after you've gotten to a certain point of creating, then you judge, then you go and edit. But you don't want to judge and edit too soon. So those are some of the lessons that I've learned. And I just want to say that if you do decide to start writing articles or blogging, then it's really only 4 things that you need to be able to do. First is you need to have commitment. I will say that there are weeks when I don't have inspiration. There are weeks when I'm tired and I don't really feel like writing that blog post, but I do it because I'm committed to doing it and I feel great afterwards. And sometimes the ones that I thought were the worst efforts on my part turn out to be the ones that added the most value to people and have the most comments and have the most views. So you never know. And then the second thing is you need to have a place to post your articles. So again, that could be LinkedIn, If it's more a social thing, it could be Facebook, or it could be your own web page. It's really super easy to set one up these days, and I'm sure you've got a niece, nephew, or somebody else who's a teen or 20-something who can do that for you. The third thing is you need to have bite-sized ideas. You don't need to have this huge theory or thesis, and nobody wants to read my version of War and Peace, and probably not yours either. So you want to have bite-sized ideas, and that's easier to develop anyway. And then the fourth thing you need to have is the ability to press send. That was the hardest thing for me, pressing send. It once took me 3 months just to press send. So now what I do is I team up with people that have no fear of pressing send. So I give my stuff to them, and then I give them permission to press send. So you can team up with somebody too if that's hard for you. So now I just want to thank you for reading, for watching, for subscribing to this blog post. And I want to share with you just how much I appreciate when you comment and when you let me know that something that I've shared has helped you in some way to be a better person, to be more successful, to get results that you've always wanted to get. Here's my challenge to you. So how are you going to put yourself out there so that you can be seen, heard, recognized, rewarded, and get all those great opportunities that you want in your life? Leave me a comment and let me know. And if you're watching this from anywhere other than my blog, head on over to maybusch.com/blog, and I look forward to welcoming you there.